Have you ever wondered why this war with Iran keeps dragging on? Well, it's not complicated. The reason it's dragging on is because we're machos. We can't admit that we got beat. We can't admit that another country kicked our ass. And so, like the machos we are, we're not willing to admit any defeat. We're going to keep pressing on, trying to find a victory that cannot be obtained, at least not now. Now, the reason why the victory cannot be obtained is because Iran has ushered in a new type of warfare, a warfare that makes our military look outmoded. Colonel Douglas McGregor has accurately stated that we are fighting the war with 20th century technology, whereas Iran is fighting the war with 21st century technology. Now, what Iran has done is hook together hypersonic missiles and drones with satellite technology. Simply put, we can't stop these hypersonic missiles and drones. Consequently, the Iranians can attack our ships and our men with impunity. And we don't want to admit that. Correction, our leaders don't want to admit that. It doesn't fit in with their concept of themselves as masters of the universe. In their view, the white man rules the world. Unfortunately, that's the thinking that's imbued into you when you attend these so-called prestigious universities like Harvard, Yale, Princeton. To them, it's just not possible that people who aren't white can beat us. But they did beat us. Now, that's not to say that we didn't inflict a lot of damage on them. Clearly we did. But Iran wins the war because they stifled our objectives in the Middle East. They prevented the expansion of the American empire into the Middle East. They also scuttled all our bases in the Gulf states. And they have effectively bottled up the oil of the world. Moreover, they have done great damage to the concept of the unipolar world led by America, otherwise known as Rome. Now, a sensible person, a sensible leader, would recognize this and come to terms with Iran. There's no reason for Iran to be our enemy. Peace is the better option here. The problem is that Donald Trump and his followers, heavily steeped in the propaganda and the macho nonsense of Fox News, the New York Post, and the insane blather of the Christian fascists, aren't the type of people who can accept that they got their ass kicked. As I say, they're machos, and therein lies the problem. We're never going to be able to progress unless we admit that we might be wrong. Consequently, the conflict will continue, and our gas prices will continue to rise until someone comes to their senses. Admitting that America was wrong does not break the American empire. Admitting that America was wrong does not make America weak. When one can admit one's weaknesses openly, one is not weak, one is strong. But the machos will never get us to that point.